Good morning everyone, today we're looking at another Timex watch review. We're going to be looking at one of the Waterbury editions today. So let's have a look at the box before we move on to the actual watch. Obviously from the outside we can see we've got a simple white outside cover. I think there's just a little blemish on the top here, I don't think that's part of the actual design. Just simple white outside cover. Revealing a simple lift-off lid style grey Timex box. Quite light in weight really, it's not hefty. Don't like it when they put sort of bits of polystyrene and stuff, similar sort of material inside. A nice grey cushion inside there, matches, it actually complements that white detailing to the inside of the box quite nicely. So I do like how it's presented, except for the fact that it's got the obviously all that rubbishy plastic stuff inside. Overall, it's a nicely themed box that has a nice colour system to it. So here we go guys, this is the Timex Waterbury chronograph. It has a 42mm case diameter with a 12mm case thickness and retails at around about £155. The weight of this watch probably is around about 100 grams. So it's not a heavy watch, it's probably also the fact that you've got a leather strap with it as well. And you've got a, I think you've got a quartz movement, let's have a look. Yeah, you go. I thought it was quartz. Yeah, you've got a German flyback quartz movement. Quite a decent quality to it. So, let's have a look at the dial here. So the dial is like a matte sort of navy bluish style colour. Quite hard to describe that colour. Obviously there's lots of detail going on here. Fully luminous hands and a nice second hand here with that Timex logo just sitting on the end there. Obviously this watch is quite unique in the way that it's how it's presented in terms of these little dials here. These third dials down in the bottom here. I suppose they're about a third, aren't they? And at the top here, I think it's designed to be like a sort of a pilot style, aviation style watch. You've even got what I don't often see, which is a sort of it's been years since I've been at school. In terms of the shape, that's quite a unique shape for a date and quite a unique location for a date as well. With the bit between the 2 and 3, usually it's between 3 and sort of 6, but this one's actually between 2 and 3. That's what makes this watch unique as well. That's what I quite like. Inside the actual face of the watch, you've got sort of an interior style chronograph tachymeter. Usually it stamps tachymeter on it, but this one doesn't, but we can obviously see that it is that. Instead, it's just got that Waterbury model in the top there. Quite like how that's presented. And obviously there's lots of markings, all in white as well. Just complements the watch quite nicely. So let's have a look at the chronograph. So obviously that chronograph, there's an extra hand, I didn't even see that extra hand at the back there operates as a chronograph. So you don't often have two second hands, you usually just have one. I quite like this watch for its mixture of unique touches to the actual, how it's designed. It's really, there's quite a lot of unique stuff going on here. Usually watches have some sort of similarities in some ways, but this one seems to be quite different. So let's pause that chronograph and have a look at the wind back. Simple wind back function. Oh, okay. And then you've got I believe this is a 24-hour, yeah, so you've got a 24-hour readout. So it resets to 24 hours. So this is obviously set at 6 at night, which is 18 on here. That's quite a nice touch. I did think that was a 24-hour marker. I went silent because I was trying to figure out what it was doing, but then I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, it's quite nice. You get 24-hour readout as well. Usually you do get that with a chronograph. So coming down to the, obviously just a little bit more about the watch, you get a mineral glass across the top there and 100-meter water resistance. Coming into the casing, we've got like a line effect on the casing going around here and a full matte finish on these two chronograph buttons here with a chrome effect on the actual crown. Let's have a look at the crown. Very strong crown movement. It's got a decent amount of resistance to that. It doesn't feel cheap at all. Really good. Try and get that to first position. He says it's quite difficult to get it to the first position. That's one thing that I will say. It's quite fiddly. There we go. Got it to first position. Yeah, it's just a little bit fiddly trying to get that to move out to that position. But once you have got it there, it's got a nice strong movement and it's bi-directional date dial functionality as well. Really nice. Doesn't screw down, just presses back in place. And obviously all the hands set back. It's almost like a grand complication watch. I've got one of those, done a review of that on my channel if you want to have a look at that. So obviously that's the main watch. So let's come down to the strap. So the strap is a vegan leather strap with a 22mm width, held in a nice sort of stainless steel casing here. Full stitching, line stitching going down the side all the way down to the buckle. So the buckle is a stainless steel lined, matte or matte finish on it, with a single window, a double window holder for these straps. Let's have a little look at that. Very nice lined effect with a Timex stamping in the actual leather strap here. No sort of metal components inside the actual holes of the strap to prevent sort of stretch, but I quite like that, because if I wear a watch, I'll wear it nice and tight when it's a leather one at first, then the holes will stretch and there'll be more of a tailored fit to me. The strap itself is a quick release as well, so you haven't got to worry about any tools when you're doing it, but if you want to change the strap, obviously, if you've got one that hasn't got a quick release system, you'll need to use as a tool to make that go on there. And the back plate I really like with that globe there, the 3D globe, and sort of just how it's presented as well. I've also got a little bit more information about the watch on the back here as well, about its sort of model number, movement, etc. Manufacturer part numbers, etc. All that stuff. So there we go, that is the Timex Waterbury chronograph.